Good afternoon, good day, morning, all of that lovely stuff. I'm happy to introduce not only myself, but one of my very bestest friends. My name's Raven Moonstone from Red Pill Raven, or Raven Moonstone Art on YouTube. This is a new show we're doing today with my friend C. It's called Triggered Happy Friends. So I'm going to introduce you to my lovely friend C, and she's going to tell us why we're doing this show together. So come on, C, ready to go. Why are we doing Triggered Happy?
Hello, friends. Why are we doing Triggered Happy? Well, because I've been triggered. I haven't been triggered for a really long time. I, over the last 10 years, have mastered the art of not being triggered. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and we like to keep it calm. We really do. I grew up with not such a calm mum, and I realized how vitally important it was that my child grew up with a really calm mum. And, generally I do pretty well, but lately, 2020 has kind of been getting the better of me, finding myself to be a little bit more triggered every day. And recently I realized that I had digressed about 10 years and it had to end. So I have been consciously aware of what's been going on for quite some time now, and I've been training it out of myself. But what I'm finding is that I'm meeting people who are suffering with the same kind of issues. And so that's really kind of sums it up, I have a lot of friends who have a lot of good advice to give on these subjects, which is why I've decided to finally, after creating and cancelling this channel in my mind over and over for a good few months, finally biting the bullet, and we are going live.
Yay! Yay. So yeah, this year's been totally hectic. We know, we talk about it every day. And I think that's what we're trying to bring to all the viewers is a sense of friendship based on things that we can get over together, because 2020 has been so crazy. So I just want to say to you, C, that I am completely grateful for your friendship and everything that we've learned together, especially this year. And I can't wait till everything rolls out. So I want to know, and I want you to tell, well, I already know, but when did you wake up? When did you actually swallow that big red pill?
I'm swallowing hard right now. I'll say that much. I'm swallowing real hard right now. I want to thank you for your friendship. It's been quite a journey, and we've always been there. We've met some interesting people along the way, and we've shared some incredible experiences, and it's really a beautiful thing being a friend of yours, and I wanted to thank you for that. Regarding when I woke up, funnily enough, just yesterday I was looking at my YouTube channel, and it had 2 videos. They had 2 views each. 2 days old with 28 views each, and then just underneath that it showed the date my channel was created. And I had no idea that I had actually created it on the 11th of September, which incidentally was 19 years after I woke up. I'll never forget.
Wow.
9/11, 2001. I was 18 years old. No, I was 18 years old. No, 19 years old, sorry. I was 19, about to turn 20. I was managing one of the trendiest restaurants in town, and it was a lunchtime. The restaurant was really busy. We had vibing music going on, Cafe Del Mar, that kind of Buddha bar vibe. It was awesome. Restaurant was heaving. Everybody was having a good time. And my mother starts calling me. I ignored the first call, got the second. Eventually, she just decided to call on the shop phone. Barman called me over. Oh, phone call. And I would literally wanted to say, like, I can't take calls right now. But something told me to take the call. And my mom was hysterical. She was like, you're not moving to Dubai. You're not moving to Dubai. Turn on your television. Turn on your television. And wow. Turned on the television, and that entire restaurant went into some state of shock. watching those towers burning, being told that they had found some UAE passport holders and UAE was behind the attack, and I wasn't going to be moving there. I was currently waiting for a visa. My visa was literally about to be ready. I was literally bags packed waiting for that visa so that we could leave on my
Wow.
first international working trip. And I was stunned. I really couldn't believe it. Saw these buildings burning, ultimately saw them being demolished into the ground, and it just did not sit right. I
Hmm.
became a bit of a 9/11 crusader. Lost a couple of friends along the way.
Always do. We always do.
It's inevitable. But I was
I
always
call it they drink the Kool-Aid. They drank the Kool-Aid a long time ago,
well, this
you
is
know,
it, you know.
the
Um,
apathetic Kool-Aid.
you know, they sit in their happy place of not knowing anything, and I think this year's been the ultimate for me, really, to a
Right.
point where I actually just want nothing to do with anybody I know. Really,
Yeah,
is that
it is hard. It is hard because you do get triggered on so many things because you've known now for 19 years and myself a little bit longer than that, that, you know, the world isn't exactly what we've been told it is. So, you know, that's, I think I got to give you credit for starting this channel because nobody's talking about mental health really through this. And you know, we really do. We need to lighten this in bringing our darkness, our own personal darkness, and what triggers us through either our family history or how we were brought up, or you know, whatever our journey has been until this day. If we don't bring that to light, we're not going to be able to help other people get through to the light, right? And so that's why I think it's so great that we've all found each other, these amazing light workers that have come together. And yeah, it's just it is quite serendipitous. I see I said that word and I
yes.
didn't screw it up. Aren't you happy with me?
My friend, you know, and you got it spot on. Somebody else tried to say that word to me recently, and it did
Yeah.
not work out as beautifully as that did.
Yay, yay me. It's because I wasn't reading it. Oh man, the dyslexia is just kills me. I was watching a video yesterday of this woman who's completely brilliant, and I think you know who I'm talking about. And she was trying to write words, and I'm like, oh, you write like I do. Like she was writing dyslexically, like she couldn't put like she'd put the N before the E. You know what I mean? And so I just felt like, oh, this woman's so brilliant, and I'm not the only one that f's up all of their stupid words when they go to write it, and I look like a terrible speller. But
Okay, so look, you've just spoken about putting N before E. I'm sitting here looking at Raven thinking, okay, you've obviously got trouble writing this word Ravne. Like,
yeah.
how would you even pronounce that? Ravne.
We should just make our new sign like or pig Latin or whatever by switching the last two
Last
letters
two
and the first
letters
two.
instead.
And the first two, Arvni, that's my name.
I mean, listen, that pig Latin is stuck in my brain from high school. There's no getting rid of that. I'm not entirely sure we can create our own new language. I think we might be better off learning something like quantum grammar. At least it will
Yeah, right.
possibly benefit us in life.
And unlearn all of this these spells we've been cast under in this language. It's been so crazy when you actually find out the truth of how you even everything you've learned, including you know like just shapes of certain things that we were told were round aren't exactly as they appear. So I mean it's interesting how far we've come even, and I want to say that to all of the viewers too, and I keep mentioning this on my channel and to you especially. I want everyone to know that you are one of the best code crackers I know when it comes to figuring out gematria and all of that stuff, and what things are related to certain tweets and Q drops and stuff like that. So it's helped me so much. And I can't even begin to think of, I said this to my other friend the other day. I said, don't you feel like you got a PhD in Life University this year? In the last 10 months have just been like jam-packed, cram learning every day on trying to make sense of every piece of information that you've come across. So to the viewers and you yourself, my lovely lady friend, I want to say thank you for being so brave to even want to learn that information in the first place.
Look, I mean, I
So,
think it's a lot easier for us because we've been awake for so long, you know. I honestly
mm-hmm.
sit here so often thinking about people who just coming out, just coming into the light at the moment. So how
Oh,
many
it's
questions
scary.
they must have, you know, and
Yeah,
how,
it's
you know,
scary.
whilst they're awake, their cognitive dissonance must be quite severe, you know. Um, and
Exactly.
everybody's talking about what we know, and everybody's talking about give us more information, more information, more information.
More
But
proof, more proof. You
people
need
don't
proof
realize
though.
that this is taking its toll on their mental health. You know, even me as a
Yes.
woke person, this year, I mean, the first 3 months of lockdown were absolutely phenomenal. I felt, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I felt all my life 2020 something massive was happening in 2020.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I literally went into social distancing in December last year.
It's
um
333 here, by the way. Sorry. Go on.
there we go. um and I was quite used to the whole social distancing by the time lockdown arrived, almost like my intuition prepared me for it. And when it did arrive, I felt guilty for being the most excited, happiest person in the world. There was no traffic. My daughter was still going to school. It no longer took me an hour and a half to 2 hours to drop her off and fetch her from school. It was
Mm-hmm.
literally park outside the school, run her in, come out. It took me like 10 minutes out of my day.
Yeah.
Getting to work was a pleasure. Going shopping was a pleasure. All of a sudden, the world was this slow down, beautiful place. You know,
Yeah.
people were kind of connecting a little bit more. All of a sudden, everybody had this big, crazy thing to talk about. And I felt like it brought people together. And every day, my excitement levels were building up because I knew it wasn't about a virus. I knew that
Yeah.
this was it. Things were
Yeah.
about to change. But somewhere along there, you know, that went on for 2 or 3 months. It was wonderful. And then, you know, things started to slide a little.
Yeah.
Granted, I found myself in some pretty weird and wonderful situations, meeting some pretty weird and wonderful people. Um,
Yeah, it's been a definitely a good ride doing that. I can't even believe we talk about what we talk about. Never mind who, but just the what. Like I never would have thought I would have been talking about quantum grammar or quantum anything. Quantum, it wasn't a word in my dictionary
I
last
never
year.
thought I'd be throwing around 3-letter acronyms like I actually had any idea what they even meant.
I know, right?
I was a simple mom who just like investigated conspiracy theories. I was good with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I was
So
good with the tinfoil hat label for a while until it really cracked open this year. And now I think more people are literally thinking that, gee, I should really get either a tinfoil hat or give it to all the friends that aren't woke now. So the tables are kind of turning on the tinfoil hat theory, I think, anyways. But I'm hoping, anyways. You know, we're not conspiracy theorists.
we're conspiracy analysts.
That's right.
We use
It
our
says the
critical
videos
thinking and we
It says the video
research.
is stopped. Is so we're still recording our actual, I hope.
Yes.
Anyways, we'll continue. So not really. This is my first Zoom call, so I'm excited it's with you.
Oh,
So
wow.
thank you.
Well, it's my first
Yeah.
recorded Zoom call.
Oh, I know,
Actually,
right? So yes,
no,
I give you a lot of credit. Is it not? No, no, yes.
no, I haven't had any Zoom calls actually. I have set up a whole load of Zoom calls for my daughter and all her girlfriends at school. And
Oh, okay.
I managed that for the vast proportion of lockdown. So no, I think this is
Okay.
my first Zoom call too. Wow. And
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's with you.
Me
Anyway,
too.
so
Yeah, so
basically, we don't want to take up too much of people's time, but I think tonight is just really like an introduction to what we're all about.
Mhm.
It's pretty late. It's 10:37 over here. I've got work in the morning. Got to get my child to school.
Yeah.
But we
And
are
I'm
very
going on
much.
vacation.
I know, it's so
I'm so excited.
exciting. So Raven won't be around for a while, but we are going to be having another chat as soon as she comes back, when she decides to come back.
Yeah.
Goodness knows how long she decides to disappear for.
Actually, I think maybe I might be able to arrange a couple of chats while I'm on vacation, because I think it's important to talk about where I'm at, and how lovely it is, and and it is part of triggering people happy. Like, people want happy news and want to feel like they have someone to connect to. And that's what this channel is for, is really connecting people in your countries or even across the globe to make friends on our channel. C and I might not always have time to have these long involved conversations, but this is an open forum now to create for people to get triggered happy together as a
Well, this is
big
it. This is it.
co-
It's all about getting
collective
triggered
consciousness.
happy.
Yeah, collective consciousness. And I think it's going to be fun if I'm on vacation telling you some silly stories, because you know me, I like
Was
to
a silly
smoke a lot.
story.
I like to smoke a lot and
Birds of a
talk
feather,
about
smoke
talk shit
together.
sometimes. It's how you get through the day. It's how you get through the day. You got to create a little sunshine on all this darkness, because it really, when we do laugh, we create that proper vibration of raising the collective consciousness together anyways, right? And that's what
That's
it's all
another
about.
thing I'm going to be getting into is laughing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a very interesting story about laughter, and I
Okay,
would like to
perfect.
share it at a later stage. This
Okay.
is really just kind of an introductory, get to know a little bit of who I am and what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
I have a couple of YouTubers lined up for this week. Raven's not the only one on my list.
Oh, I'm not that
Yeah,
special. I'm just kidding.
you're my special first one, my friend.
I'm just
You're my
kidding.
special first one, but you're not the only one.
I'm glad. I'm
So
so
we have got a
happy
couple of,
for the start of this. Yeah.
we have got a couple of YouTubers with a couple of thousand subscribers coming our way. But then
Perfect.
I also have a couple of people who are not YouTubers, but they have
Mhm.
incredible, incredible advice to share with the world through their personal experiences. I mean, honestly, I think this channel's for everybody, and anybody who would like to speak about their experiences, I would like to speak to you, because everybody has something to say on the subject. Either you are a person who
Exactly.
gets triggered easily, or either you're a person who relatively manages to stay calm most of the time and keep yourself quite well balanced, but you would have spent time around people who get triggered easily. And to those people, I would like to hear your experiences about being around triggered people, because I was a triggered person, and for the last 10 years, I've worked on not being a triggered person. And now I find it very hard to be around triggered people. But the reason I
Yes.
find it hard to be around them is because it reminds me of how I used to be. And I find it very hard not to discuss it with people, because you can't tell somebody, hey, you get angry too often, you need to just chill out, it's not good for your heart. People
Yeah.
don't take to that kind of thing kindly, and all of a sudden you
No,
become
they
a mean and
don't.
nasty person.
I got told this weekend actually by a man to calm down. And I was like, dude, that's your first mistake right there. Don't ever tell a woman to calm down. Like, that's just a trigger. It's mansplaining. You're trying to do, you know what I mean? So you're absolutely right about that. You need to find your balance of who's in that vibration. Yeah, and I can't be around triggered people either. It's just like, ugh, drop and run, right?
Well,
So
this is
thank you
it.
for
Yep.
yeah, thank you for doing this show. Like, I really do think it's important. And all the viewers listening, please like and subscribe Triggered Happy Friends on YouTube. And C is going to be doing some more some more videos this week, and I'll be in touch with her because we just chat every day. That's who we are as people. And yeah, thank you very 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 much for just being you and actually having the bravery and courage to help everybody be triggered happy. It's
Well, you know,
awesome.
it's been a bit of a let's do it, let's not do it, let's do it, let's not do it. But
Hmm.
last night was the spear for me, you know, um,
Yeah.
waking up to the pheasant calling in the middle of the night.
The
When
pheasant, yes.
I've lived in my house for 4 years and I ain't never heard no pheasant calling. This is Resi Den Shiel area. This is not pheasant country.
Right.
You know, really, really bizarre experience that. But I will tell you that is what made me decide that I really had to go through with this. And I do hope
Hmm.
this is going to be something successful. Guys, I really would like you to take part. I do not have a lot of time. I will try to get
Yeah.
back to people. But if things do start getting busy, let it be known in this very first video, I am a mother, I am a working mother, and my time is really small. I really hope that by bringing people to this table, the messages that we can all share from our personal experience can help you all. And whenever possible, we will try interact. Forgive us if we don't. You know, ultimately, we will be doing live chats. Um, you know, we've got a big team. We're going to be ending up doing big round tables, and things are going to just, I think that this is really a subject that people need to start talking about, because nobody wants to talk about feelings, you know. God forbid anybody should have a feeling, you know, and God
Hmm.
forbid their
Right.
feelings shouldn't be in line with the way you treat them, you know. And all of a
Hmm.
sudden people with feelings get ostracized for having feelings. Like, you can't change my
Yeah.
feelings, you've just got to respect them. So
Yeah, that's right.
that's the
And I
message we're
think,
trying to get out there, you know.
yeah, and I think some of the people that you're talking with in our circle are going to be discussing on how to deal with certain individuals and people. That's what people want to know all the time. How do you deal with these people, and what do you say, or how can I convince, or and it's not about convincing. That's not a word that I even like to use anymore because the first three letters are con. You're conning, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about joining together and raising awareness to how we are handling our happiness
Mm.
in amidst the darkness. And that's the most important part of this channel.
Well, I think
So,
what's also key in this channel is for people who are still going through a very early stages of awakening, it can be very dark. But we've actually reached the point where we see the light. And
yeah, we do.
whilst there is darkness in the world, there is so much more light, and the light is
Yeah.
overcoming the darkness, you know?
Yeah, and the
So,
more we do laugh and join together in light and love, and just like love is the answer to everything. And so if we can share that light and love vibration constantly over and over again through this channel, it's really going to help so many people. It's a start of such a beautiful, I guess, partnership with my page, where I'm just dropping these big red pills that are hard for people to swallow. So this is a great, I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. This is a great platform. I'm really excited to continue this with you. I really, really, really am. So I can't be any more excited, I don't think. So thank you very much, C. Thank you.
thank you. Well, as you were talking, I just looked up at the time to see how long we've been on, and we're on for 32 minutes and 32 seconds, my friend. Um,
Okay, time to go then.
well, you know, we're way past it because I'm trying to not interrupt people, you know, so I had to wait for you to finish talking. One thing I did want to add is that I think perspective is a huge thing that people also need to talk about, you know. Everything
Yes.
that happens in our lives, we perceive it in a way that we have been trained by our own personal experiences in life, and our perceptions are very limited, you know. I
Mhm.
think that is one of the biggest lessons I've learned this year. In
Yeah.
I've always struggled to find people who are a little bit awake and like-minded, a little bit spiritual, a little bit you know, a little bit less 3D, as in go to work, go to the pub, this is my life, there's nothing beyond it. I've always kind of followed my intuition, and I've always had my funny little things with numbers ever since I was a teenager. And these are the things that guide me in life. And the perspective thing this year, my perspective is based on everything that I know. So when I face a situation, whether it's a piece of news or a situation I'm dealing with a person, my perspective is always very closed off. We need to start talking about perspectives, because everybody's perspective is so different. Recently I blocked somebody on WhatsApp. They said something over something else which I was upset about, and I just literally blocked them. I was like, how could you say that? Literally, like, I don't want to talk to you. And it was the most childish thing I've done in so many years. But that's how severely it triggered me. And it only took me, well, you know, I really should have made a call to another friend that same day, but it took me a couple of days, I can't remember how many, for me to chat to another friend. And she gave me a completely different perspective of the issue at hand. And all of a sudden, all was forgiven. I understood exactly why that person did what they did. And I was actually then encouraging it, whereas before I was pretty shocked that it was even going down. So perspective is huge. And the more we talk about things, the more we have a chance and an opportunity to gain other people's perspective on things. And when we get that, we can then in turn, you know, grow ourselves. So I have a lot of people who have got very kind of, you know, people I've got to know, and I've found that they have just got certain little bits of ingenious advice, and I'm really looking forward to bringing them all to the table. Over the next week is going to be quite hectic. The following week, I'm pretty sure all the meetings for this week are going to be overflowing into next week, but we're going to do our best, and hopefully this can help you. You know, I think the biggest thing for me, preventing me from starting this channel, was who wants to listen to, you know, like advice from like random people who are not qualified in psychology or goodness knows what, talking about, you know, anger issues and emotional issues, you know. And I was kind of like, where's our market for people? But then I kind of thought, well, actually our market's all people, really, because everybody needs to be talking about this stuff. Anyway, it's late, my friend. I want to thank you for being here with me this evening and introducing me and Triggered Happy. So initially
it was my honor.
Happy, but there was, I don't even know how many YouTube channels called Triggered Happy. And friends is my go-to word, as you know.
It is.
It's my go-to. So it had to be Triggered Happy Friends, because it is about friends. I'm going to be bringing all my friends to this table, because I think they all have the most beautiful message to share with the viewers. So I think we're going to leave it at that, and we're going to say goodnight, and we're going to look forward to speaking to you all again. Any last words?
Take care, my love.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I said take care, my love.
Oh, thank you. I missed that one. Any words for our viewers?
Just stay in the highest vibration that you can. It's a difficult time out there, and I usually just go outside, and I stomped my feet the other day when I saw some violence. I literally had a little temper tantrum out in the grass. So that's, I think, the best way is just to acknowledge it, move as quickly through it as you can for the time being. You know, own it.
Own it, move on with it. It's okay to stamp your feet sometimes. We've got to get this out somewhere. The things we know, the things we see, it's just too much for any person to bear.
I agree, 100%. It's just too much. So let's talk with each other about it. That's what this place is for people who are awake, to talk about like how crazy they felt when they woke up. Like, did you feel crazy, or did you feel like you were normal? Like, where's your perspective? Yeah. So
everything
I think it's great
just
that you're
made
doing
sense, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So if there's anybody out there who would like to get in touch and would like to go go public with their own personal experiences, please get onto my YouTube, Triggered Happy Friends. Raven will put a little link in the description. On my channel, you will find my contact details. I'm probably just going to be working through YouTube and Twitter, and I look forward to getting to know you all a little bit better.
Thank you.
And have a lovely holiday, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, C. Thank you. I
I love
appreciate
you.
it. I love you too.
Soon.
Bye.
Bye, friends.